If you're one of those who consistently ask, how does bloggers make money? How do I make money with AdSense? What is AdSense? How do people make money with AdSense? How can I create a website and make money? Or I already have a website, how can I make money from it? This video is for you. Now, in this particular video, I'm going to take my time to explain everything you need to know about how to make money with Google AdSense. Now, it's going to be a long one, but it's going to be very educating, very insightful. And I guarantee that if you watch it to the end, I mean, this Google AdSense tutorial, if you watch it to the end, you are going to learn everything you need to know about how to make money with Google AdSense. So you no longer be in darkness. You no longer be wondering about how bloggers make money. And when you see guys like us who are making money just from our laptops, using our website, you will no longer be asking, are you sure these people are not doing Yahoo and using this blogging as a cover up? Now, still the same blogging, what they do, like these guys they do. So you will see how we do these things so that you will get to understand it and be able to do exactly the same thing that we do and get the same results that we get. Of course, today is the 21st day of October, and today is actually the days bloggers smile. Wow, because every 21st day of the month is our payday, like is the day that Google tends to pay you for everything that you've been doing for the previous month or for every of your earnings in the previous month. So welcome to this particular episode of Google AdSense tutorial, how to make money with Google AdSense. Now, if you're just seeing this channel for the first time, if you're just seeing my videos for the first time, my name is Prince Gabriel Okocha, and by God's grace, I'm the founder of Spark Academy, an online learning platform that is designed for young individuals in Africa to acquire digital skills for their financial freedom. And so one of the things you will do for yourself today is to click on the subscribe button below this video and subscribe to this particular channel so that every time we drop a video, you will be able to get it right from where you are. Okay, make sure you turn on the notifications also so you get notified of every new update that we post. And also, aside from that, if you are interested in signing up for our private mentorship program or getting access to all of the other courses we have, you can just sign up on treesparkacademy.com and learn everything that you want to do. But before you do that, come on, let me teach you how to make money with Google AdSense for free. Let's go. Okay, guys, so I'm going to make this very informative, very interactive using a chart and showing you how to make money with Google AdSense. But before I do that, okay, let me pick one of these and actually show you a payment message from Google, how it looks like. Okay, today is the 21st day of October 2023. So you get to see this. You can see this message came in by what time? This is 10:40 a.m. So let's open it. You can see Google payments, Google AdSense, check your recent payments. So let's open it. You can see that. Check your recent payments. That is from Google. Okay, so that's how it works. You can see the data and everything. So this is exactly how your own payments will look like once it starts coming in. And it's not just going to be a one-time thing, it's going to be a regular payment for you. Okay, so now let's go on to see how to make money with Google AdSense. I've already drawn up a chart here, and I'm going to be showing you all of the things that are needed for you to make money with Google AdSense. So let's go. And the first thing, the most important thing you need to make money with Google AdSense is to have a website with an AdSense account. I made a mistake in the writing of the AdSense here, so I'm going to delete it just to correct it. Okay, good. So you need to have a website with AdSense account on it. Okay, let me export this. So, okay. So the first thing you need to make money from Google AdSense is to have a website with an AdSense account on it. Now, a website with an AdSense account on it will ensure that Google places adverts on your site. Now, without Google placing those adverts on your site, you can't really be able to make money from your website. Okay. Okay, so without Google placing adverts on your site, you can't really be able to make money from your website. When you visit several sites like nairaland.com, lindaikeji'sblog.com, lindaikeji'sblog.com, and several other sites out there. Please, if you're the owner of Nairaland or Linda Ikeji's blog, this video is purely for information purposes, for education purposes. I do not intend to bring you any harm in any way. All right, this is purely for educational purposes. All right. So when you have a website like this, either this one or a blog like this, when you have something like this, okay, where you post content regularly, you post articles regularly for people to read and comment on. Now, if you have a website like that, one of the things you can do is to partner with Google for their ads through their AdSense program. All right. So partnering with Google means that you are bringing your website for Google to bring to put adverts on it. Google has a list of advertisers who uses their products on a daily basis. They have advertisers who come to them to run adverts. And you, on the other hand, you have a website, but you don't have advertisers patronizing you to display their products to people. So what you do to be able to make money from your website, what you now do is for you to meet Google. What you do is to meet Google and say, okay, you have uh, you have you have a list of advertisers. You have a list of advertisers, and I have. Let me see if this will open. Okay, so you meet Google and say you have a list of advertisers, and I have. Okay, this is an old AdSense account. Yes, sorry. You have a list of advertisers, and then I have. Oh, I want to show you the homepage of. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can find an email address here that is not linked. Okay, this one is not linked. That is not linked to an AdSense account. Sorry, forgive me. My primary email, which I was using to show you this, was one of those emails I used in my first year, the first blog I created in 2010. So the AdSense is already gone. It's no longer in existence. Okay, so let's use this one. Okay, so this is how it looks like. So you have a website and Google have advertisers patronizing them. You have a website and you don't have anybody patronizing you through the AdSense program. So what you do is to meet Google and say, okay, I have a website and you have advertisers. Let's become partners. Okay. So, but before you can do this, Google has already made that easy for you through their AdSense program. So once you sign up for AdSense, it means you are signing up to become an official partner of Google in providing ad services for their advertisers and getting paid for making just your blog available for that. All right. So what happens is that when you present your blog to Google, and they check it, okay, they are going to ensure that your content, just like these people here, your content are up to at least 30 of them. Okay, they are going to ensure that your content are at least 30 of them, and then this content that are up to 30 are top quality articles, not copy and paste. You must have written them originally by yourself, and the articles must have also started getting traffic, like people must have started reading them. All right, to show that what you have is not a low value content on your website. So you can write on any niche you want. Actually, you can write on any topic you want. But if I were you, make sure that your articles are at least 500 words in number. That is before you post them on your site. Make sure that the account is at least up to 500 words. All right, each one of them, and you must have at least 30 articles on your site before you apply. So, and the site must be at least 1 month old to ensure that the site is really not made for AdSense website. There's something called made for AdSense website. Made for AdSense website are sites that are just designed with only AdSense in mind. But Google don't want you to design your website with AdSense in mind. They just want you to design it with quality, with value in mind. Design it to target people and provide value to them. So after targeting people and providing value to them, you can now come to Google and say, okay, my site is ready for monetization. What do I do to become a partner? And then they will accept you. After you have applied to the AdSense program, they will accept you. Now, once they accept you, let's assume this is your site. Once they accept you, they will start placing adverts this way on your website. Okay, they will start placing adverts this way on your website. So the first thing you need to do is to have a website with quality content and then be able to apply for the AdSense program. And once they accept you, Google will start placing all of these adverts you are seeing now on your screen. And once your users are reading your articles, watching your images or whatever it is that you post on your site, Google will be placing these adverts on their screens based on their interest. Now, Google have their data already, so they know what they will be interested in. And they'll be placing these things on their screens based on their interest. So once they click on these adverts to view more or learn more or patronize the services being advertised there, you get paid. Now, you can get paid for as much as $1 per click, $2 per click, $5 per click, $20 per click, $136 per click, which is the highest that I have experienced. Now, there are also other niches and other articles that may even give you above that, but the highest I've experienced is $136 per click. Okay, so now if these clicks becomes um, much in a day, the accumulation of these clicks in a day, in a week, in a month is what Google will combine together and pay you at the end of the month. They'll pay you on the 21st of every month. That is everything you make for the month. Let's say this is October. Everything you make for this October will be paid to you in November on the 21st. So the first thing is to have a website with high value content and to apply to Google and get your site monetized. That is approved for monetization, for AdSense monetization. So that is the primary thing to have before you can make money with Google AdSense. That is why you discover that in this chart, I placed it at the center of everything. Now, having been accepted into the AdSense program, there are other things that you can find around this chart which you need. The first one is proper ad placement. Now, if you look at this place, you will see how these adverts are placed here. So even if you are not interested in adverts, by the time you visit this site, you will not be able to differentiate completely from the adverts and the posts. You will assume that this is just another post for you to read and you click on it. So learning how to properly place adverts is the primary thing, is one of the primary things you should do as a person interested in, content monetization or AdSense monetization or blog monetization. You need to learn how to properly place your adverts at the header section here, at the sidebar section, and also at the footer section. Without your adverts being in these locations I just mentioned, you may not really be able to get eyes to see them and click on them. And without people clicking on them, you will not be able to make money from them. So the first thing is to learn how to properly optimize your ads by placing them where eyes can see them, where people can be able to see and patronize them, where people can be able to see and click on them to learn more. All right. So you need to understand that if you must make money from your ads or from your blog, people must be able to click on your ads. If you must get people to click on your ads, you must be able to place your ads in places and locations where they can see them. And in this case, the best places to place your ad is at the header, the sidebar, and the footer, and as well as in between paragraphs in your articles. So your ads must be properly placed in these places I just mentioned now. All right. So apart from that, you also need something called optimized site speed. Now, site speed means that your site will load very fast. You'll be able to load very fast. Now, look at this and tell me how many seconds this website takes to load. I'm going to click on the reload button now, and you count with me how many seconds it takes. So let's count. 1. So before I even finish counting 1, do you notice that this site has loaded? That is how it's supposed to be. A site that takes so much time to load will have issues with their earnings. If your site does not load very fast, if your site takes so much time to load, takes more than 3 seconds to load, you will always experience low CPC issues. And the moment you start having low CPC issues, you will start having low earnings. Now, what is low CPC? Low CPC means that the amount Google is willing to pay you per click will be extremely low. Why? Because site speed also affects your CPC. Let nobody deceive you out there by telling you it's not true. Site speed affects your CPC. So if you can, try by all means to optimize your site speed to be extremely fast, to be very, very fast. Your site should be able to load within 3 seconds, 1 to 3 seconds. Even 3 seconds is too much. 1 second is enough. All right, 3 milliseconds, your site should have loaded for the user. Because once your site takes so much time to load, people will not be able to have that patience to stay on your site. They will always leave your site after opening it or trying to open it or attempting to open it for some time.
All right, just think of it. If you visit a website now as a site user, if you visit a website, let's say you want to read this content here, and it's taking so much time for this site to load the article you want to read, will you have the patience of waiting for that site to load? No, you close the window and go to another website. That is how it works in the mind of an average user. So if it works that way in their mind or in your own mind, imagine how it works in the mind of other people. So your site must always be able to load very fast to retain users' attention and also to increase your site speed. Apart from that, it will also help you boost your site ranking on search engines. So you must work on your site speed if you want to really earn money through Google AdSense. Okay. So apart from that, you also have the issue of high CPC articles. Now, every article is not the same. Every article is not the same. You cannot be writing articles that talk about how Bobrisky has gotten a new bomb bomb, how Bresson CEO and Very Dark Man are fighting, uh, how Davido has now bought two bottles of Azul at one club like that. No, you can't be writing on such things and expect to have very high CPC. Now, there is no harm in writing those type of contents. There is really no harm in it, but don't expect high CPC on such type of articles. Why? Because Google will not pay you so much money when you are writing on such things. Why will Google not pay you so much money? Because advertisers will not be willing to place their adverts on your website if that is the only thing that your site is all about. So just you imagine it. If you have a product you want to advertise, will you rather show it to people who are only interested in the CEO latest bomb bomb and Bobrisky latest Nash? You will not be willing to show your advert to such a group of people because you know that they have a very low buying power. That is, most of them are there for crews and not really for the value that they can get from that post. So because such posts always attract people who are just there for crews, who have very low buying power, that is why such posts also come with very low CPC. So if you really want to have high CPC on your AdSense account, you must be able to attract people with very high buying power. And to do that, you need to check for niches that come with such high buying powers. For instance, the insurance niche, very good niche. Technology niche, very good niche. Automobile niche, very good niche. There is a high percentage that if 100 people go to visit a website that is talking about cars, and the same and another 100 people go to visit a website talking about Bobrisky and about Very Dark Man and about Blessing CEO. Now, out of the 100 people that went to see these two websites, Google will display the same ad like an automobile advert to these two audience. Now, there is a higher chance that those persons who went to read the blog on car and on latest vehicles and automobiles, there is a higher chance that one of them there will buy a car from that advert compared to somebody who went to read about Very Dark Man, who went to read about the video, who went to read about whiskey, latest music, latest song, latest movies and loads, and then end up seeing that same advert. All right, because those other people are not really there for the value they will get from that. They are just there for the cues for the movie or for the song they want to download. All right. So this is why people who blog in the automobile niche will have higher CPC compared to somebody who is in the entertainment, who is in the movie and music download industry and all of that. Okay. So if you really want to go for the money, if you really want to experience high CPC, you need to look for CPCs with high buying power, CPC that their users are really there for the value. For instance, CPC that has to do with insurance, that has to do with automobile, that has to do with technology, that has to do with loan, with finance, with banking, and several of these things that relate around money. These are CPCs that will give you these are niches that will give you very high CPCs. Also, the niche called education is also a very powerful niche. It can give you high CPC as well as that of jobs, because people coming to these things are truly interested in valuable content. Do you see why having high quality articles, having high CPC articles will really help your blog earnings? So do not forget, not just having a blog, you don't just only need to have a blog with an AdSense account, you also need to have high CPC articles to be able to make good money from your blog. All right. Then the next thing you need to have is traffic from high CPC countries. Now, if you have two visitors, one coming from Nigeria and the other one coming from USA, both of them are not the same in the eyes of Google. Why? because that one coming from USA has a higher buying power compared to the one coming from Nigeria. Why? Because right now, not everybody in Nigeria will be willing to patronize services online, but nearly everybody in America have purchased at least one time in their life products online. All right? Have purchased products online at least one time in their life. Unlike Nigerians, we are just few persons out of the millions of people over here in this country have been able to buy a product online. So the one coming from USA is actually having a higher purchasing power. And so when they visit your website, Google will accord you more CPC, more money compared to when somebody is coming to your website from third world nations. So the first thing you need to do actually, apart from having a website and optimizing your site, placing your ad properly, getting real quality articles, real CPC, high CPC articles, is to also target high CPC countries. Now, this is where you really need to go to Traceback Academy and sign up for AdSense CPC Domination Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, because in those three courses I just mentioned on Traceback Academy, you will get to understand and learn traffic sources where you can get high CPC, where you can target high CPC countries for a very low amount of money and have them coming to your website. I've broken down about 7 traffic sources that you can target people from USA, from Canada, from Germany, from other locations at all, other locations you can think of that are called Taiwan countries. Okay, so if you can figure out these locations and as well as the traffic sources to get people from those locations, you will have your CPC boosted in a very short time. Now, apart from this, you also need organic traffic from direct traffic and search engines. Some of us used to make the mistake of assuming that organic traffic is only traffic coming from search engines. That is not true. Search engine is just one of those methods or one of those places you can get organic traffic. But organic traffic is not all about search engines. Organic traffic can also come from direct traffic. That is, people wake up in the morning, pick up their phones, and type your website link on their browsers and visit. So when people do this, they have organically entered your website. So you have organic traffic there. Now, when people search for keywords on Google, on Bing, on Yahoo Search, on ask.com, on several other search engines out there like DuckDuckGo and the rest of them, and visit your site from those search engines, it simply means that you have gotten organic traffic on your website. So your website needs at least a little portion of organic traffic to keep it running. Why? Because if you consistently get traffic from paid sources, at some point your account may get limited or suspended. So you need to have traffic also coming from other sources. Also, no matter how little it is, having organic traffic is a big advantage. But you can do without it and keep running your account. Just that if you continue to do without it for a prolonged period of time, your account may get limited, as in AdSense may limit your ad serving on your website. Okay, so apart from having organic traffic, the last but not the least important thing you really need to have to make money from your website with your AdSense account is the oversight of a good mentor. Now, this part I cannot over emphasize it. All right, so you need to have somebody who has experienced what you intend to experience, who have been there, who have seen, these things work, who have tested and tried these things and seen it happen on his own AdSense account, on his own website, and then to be there for you to say, okay, this is how to do it, this is not how to do it, this is a traffic source to get a traffic from, this is a traffic source to avoid, this is this, all right? Because their experience is, of inestimable value. So you don't end up going through the same pains, challenges that other people have gone through, which you could have avoided if you have somebody by your side to say, okay, this is what you should do, or this is what you should not do. All right. Now, when it comes to having a good mentor, there are several bloggers out there whose oversight you can seek for by, paying them or serving or finding a way to just become friends or anyhow, just find a way to get in touch with them. Now, at Traceback Academy, we offer a private mentorship program that is very much affordable. You can just sign up for it and have us guide you up until when you are able to stand on your feet and earn on your own, even without needing our support anymore. So in our private mentorship program, we will train you from the scratch, teach you everything you need to know, the traffic sources to get traffic from, the type of articles to write, the how to optimize your websites properly for speed, how to place your ads properly, how to apply for AdSense accounts and get the approval, and several other things that you really need to know in our private mentorship program. So you can just sign up for that. But if you don't want to sign up for that, it's not an issue. You can look for an experienced blogger out there who will guide you, and through his wisdom, you'll be able to scale through. Now, trust me, there is so much you don't know as a beginner. There is so much to know as a beginner. There is so much to know as somebody who is already in the process that only the oversight of an experienced mentor can give you that leverage of knowing those things. All right. Now, with somebody like that on your site, with an experienced person on your site who will guide you, trust me, you'll be able to make so much in lesser time than other people who started at the same time with you. Now, I hope this video has been able to explain a whole lot of things for you regarding how to make money with Google AdSense. Now, I know it's short. I know it's not as long as you may be expecting it to be, but I believe that the value contained in it will go a long way to helping you to make money from AdSense account. Now, remember, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, just go ahead and do so by clicking on the subscribe button here, and you will be able to follow this channel. And as well as if you are on Facebook, go ahead and follow Prince Gabriel Okocha on Facebook, on Twitter, and also on Instagram. You can also follow the Trispark Academy on Facebook and also on other social platforms. All right. So that every time we drop a post, every time we drop valuable content like this, you will be among the first people to get notified of it. Remember, to make money with Google AdSense, you just need a website with AdSense accounts, you need proper ad placements of your Google AdSense ads. Then you need to optimize your site for speed. You need to have high CPC articles on your site. Then you need to have traffic from high CPC countries. You also need little forms of organic traffic from direct traffic and search engines on your site. Lastly, you need the oversight of a good mentor. And remember, this chart was drafted by Prince Gabriel Okocha of Trispark Academy. And if you want to reach out to him, all you need to do is just come to Facebook and you can send me a DM at any time. All right? Remember to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you again in the next video. I hope you found value from this particular one. Thank you. See you again.